Los Angeles had quite the shooting night. Felt like you guys were right there, though, throughout the game. How would you assess the way the night went?
Yeah, I mean, you give up that many threes to the best shooting three-point team in the league. It makes for a tough night. And then you look at our numbers, we couldn't generate threes, and we certainly didn't make enough. But I was just proud of the way our guys fought and competed tonight. Coming off of last night's game, playing against a team like that that's sitting there waiting on us. And like I told our guys, we're going to get everybody's best every night now. And that's going to help us get to the next level for sure. But in respect to the game, we scored 47 points in the second half. Certainly not up to our standard, and we just gave up too many threes. Even the times when we contested the threes, they made some tough shots. I thought we could have run them off the line a lot better. It's not like they shot 40 plus they got 37, but they made so many of them. Made for a tough night.
To what you said about generating threes, it was 20 assists tonight, 20 assists last night. There was a lot working for you guys offensively in both games, obviously, but the secret sauce of your offense for the past 2 years has been the 0.5 stuff. So how would you assess just the way you guys have been doing that?
I thought we held it in the first quarter. I thought the second quarter was much better as far as they were blitzing Book, and that first pass out of that blitz, there were times when we held the ball instead of attacking. When we played with pace tonight, even off of misses or turnovers, and we got out and ran, that was the style of basketball that we're used to seeing. But you're right, there were times where the ball stuck a little bit, especially out of the blitz that they had on Book. When we played in 0.5 and got to the basket, we generated some shots, even if they weren't threes.
Next, we go to Sirat Sohi with Yahoo Sports.
Hey, Monty, how's it going?
Good.
I was just wondering, looking at the way that the Clippers came at Devin and DeAndre with those traps, if this game might be a roadmap to their next evolution as playmakers.
It's not the first time those guys have seen this. People have been blitzing Book since I've been here and before I came to Phoenix, so that's nothing new. Maybe DA's seeing more of a crowd around the basket because he's been good and he's a willing passer. So that's not something I'm worried about at all. Those guys, DA will learn how to play in that environment, but it's something that Book has done pretty well.
Next up is Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, and then Gina Mizell.
Yeah, Coach, you was talking about that second quarter. You guys shot 82% and only missed like 3 shots and four or five from 3. I was going to ask just, when I watch you guys play, whenever turnovers happen, that's always an issue for any team. You guys gave up 26 points off of that. Was that heavy legs? Was that Clippers defense? Was that not being in the offense? What do you attribute that to?
A lot of everything, but more than anything, their defense. They do a really good job of getting their hands on balls. They have a lot of guys that are 6'6" to 6'9". And Nicholas has been a good add-on to their team because he plays the passing lanes. But we had way too many live ball turnovers. I think they had scored like 23 points off of our turnovers in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. I could be off on that, but it's one thing to turn it over, but to have live ball turnovers and they converted, and couple that with the threes, made for a tough night.
Just a quick follow. You mentioned Batum, but I was going to ask about Rondo. I didn't ask pregame. I forgot to ask, but how much of a difference maker is he when you look at what they already have, and then you add him as a guy as well?
He's a good player. I mean, everywhere he's gone, he's a lot like Chris in that way. Wherever he goes, he makes the team better. Tonight, I thought in the first half we rushed to run him off the 3-point line. He drove by us and was making plays. That's a coverage for us, coverage mistake. We know he can make a shot, but we certainly don't want him in the paint. But he's a smart player. He figures it out, and he's made them a better team.
Final 2 questions are Gina Mizell with Suns.com and Dave King.
Hey, Monty, you mentioned just reminding the guys tonight after the game that just you're going to get every team's best every single night from here on out. So when you kind of look at the totality of the last two nights, the big win in overtime against Utah, and then tonight's game, just kind of what do you hope the guys gain from it that sort of helps to progress you guys forward as you come down the stretch of the season?
Our young guys have to understand that those are the kinds of environments that you have to be comfortable in. Close games like that, when they know your plays, the other team knows your plays. Intense games, flagrant fouls. The officiating is, can't take you out of your game. All that stuff we talk about. For a lot of our guys, these last two nights were the first time they played in games like that. So you can only grow having experienced it. Mikhail, Cam, DA, even Book, these are really new games for those guys. And it's huge for us to have Chris and Jay and Langston and Etwan and some of the veteran guys we have that can, help them navigate through these experiences.
Final question is Dave King with Bright Side of the Sun.
Hey, Monty. You've given a lot of credit to the Clippers in this, and rightly so. They played really, really well tonight. But do you feel like at all like the team lost a little bit, just getting tired in that fourth quarter? Shots were coming up short.
No doubt. I mean, I'm a no excuses, no explanation. I mean, that's just who I am. But I'm not crazy. I mean, to play a game like that, go into overtime like we did last night, and then have to come here and play against the Clippers like that. It's not the best scenario for any team. I did feel like we were not lethargic. We just didn't have the legs, and emotionally it's draining, but I really feel like our guys have to go through that. When you get to the playoffs, those are the kinds of games, those are the kinds of emotions that you have to learn how to deal with. So it's a good experience for us, but for sure, we were tired, especially in the second half.